Hello, everyone. It's Mike at MPD Sports, and it's time to do our Week 6 selections for the NFL. And we're going to cover both fantasy picks over at DraftKings and a couple of games that I like on the handicapping. So first, I'm going to look to do is get over to DraftKings, and you're going to see two teams. The Phillip Rivers quarterback one you can pretty much ignore because by the time I get this video posted up, this is for Thursday through Sunday, so that will be no good. Now the one that I'm going for, which basically on DraftKings, like I was saying last week, is I pretty much just handle the Sunday games on their own. So the team that I currently like is obviously Tom Brady, which is still a risk this week, but it's a decent enough risk. And I changed my mentality on the running back, so I have a couple of decent running backs. I have cheaper wide receivers. I just think Chris Hogan's going to end up with a decent game this week. Kenny Britt should actually end up with a decent game this week as well. And I'm taking a chance on Cameron Meredith. For the tight end, I went with Gronkowski. It's a massive risk, especially if he doesn't play or if he doesn't participate enough. I like LeSean McCoy this week too. He ends up as a flex. It's more of how I was picking out the plays and see what actual cash I had left. It's just how I choose to do it. It's not ranking of running backs in any particular section. I don't necessarily believe that Carlos Hyde is better than LeSean McCoy. It's just how you handle the money. And then, of course, the Steelers. I'm still not sure that I like the Steelers in that spot, but I like them against Miami. It's just a choice. All right, so that's what I'm looking at specifically for the fantasy team. Now, over on going over to Las Vegas odds. There's a lot of teams I actually like this week. I still think the New England game, which could be a blowout in New England's favor, especially if everything goes as it has been. I'm not taking the game, but if I was, I still think there's going to be a letdown at some point. I just don't know that it'll be this week, New England at home for the first go around for Tom Brady. So, all that being said, I do like what's the next game down here is Baltimore and Giants. I just don't believe the Giants are worthy of a 3-point spread. I know they're at home. I just don't believe they're worthy of it. I'm not necessarily saying that Baltimore is that much of a better team. I want the Giants team to play a more complete game before I'm going to actually give away points. So I like Baltimore there, take the 3 points, because I think that's a close game irregardless. If you just look at the teams even before this, before the Giants' issues with, Eli Manning having issues with the offense, and of course the psycho wide receiver. Even if at the beginning of this season, if you looked at this game, honestly, that's a toss-up game. Any points in either direction really is where you would pick on that game. Another game that I like, and if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of a closet Detroit fan, so it breaks my heart to do this, but Detroit has a lot of issues this year, and I've seen a lot of these games that they've played. And Matthew Stafford's had a lot of issues working with the offense. If you look at him and his mannerisms, he's highly frustrated with this team. Los Angeles, it's hard to believe their record. They have a great record, at least for their division. I'm picking them. It's more of the issues that Detroit has than it does with Los Angeles. There are a bunch of people injured on the Detroit side. Honestly, Detroit could drop 40 points on Los Angeles Rams. They may not drop 40 points on the Los Angeles Rams. And if Detroit can't drop 40 points on the Los Angeles Rams, they're not going to win the game. So that's why I would say take Los Angeles in that particular game. And then the next game that I like is going to be Tennessee and Cleveland. And Cleveland is just, it's a hard job with that team. Before the quarterback got hurt against the Patriots, Cleveland was actually holding their own in that game. Now that, they can't, Cleveland just simply can't keep a quarterback alive. It's not that I think Tennessee is fantastic either, but Cleveland really doesn't have a quarterback. They're playing the game pretty much without one. Tennessee's a decent team. I'm not saying they're a Super Bowl team, but they're a decent team, and they can score points. So I think that's an easy spread, 6.5, 7. The spread's right there. I would go with, in that game, Tennessee. It's going to be hard for Cleveland. I don't know how. Personally, it's how they can stay in any game with, the offense that they have. All right, so those are 3 games that I like. And pretty much that's it for this week, everyone. Try to stay out of trouble. Enjoy the games. Go Patriots. And again, it's Mike at MPD Sports. Be good, be well, take care. Bye-bye now.